Diana from So Very Crafty, and today we are here to make these fantastic little pattern weights. And they are terrific for holding down your pattern when you need to trace around them or cut around them with a rotary cutter. It is a fun little project that anyone with beginner sewing skills can make. These are fun and functional. These pattern weights are super simple. They take literally about 5 minutes to make, and I'm going to show you step by step how to go about doing that. Now, in the meantime, give me a thumbs up for this video and subscribe to my channel, and head over to www.soverycrafty.com for more sewing and crafting videos that you can get that are not included on the So Very Crafty YouTube channel. But head over to see some of my other So Very Crafty videos for beginner and intermediate sewists. So let's get started on this very simple how to make pattern weights tutorial. So what do we need? Well, we need a piece of fabric that measures 4 inches by 8 inches. We need one piece of ribbon that measures 1 inch by 2.5 inches. And we need some poly pellets. Or if you don't have poly pellets, you can use rice or dried beans. Either will be fine, just something that will give this pattern weight the weight that it needs to hold down your pattern while you're doing your work. So that's it. That's all that's needed for this particular project. So how do we do it? Well, we're going to take our fabric, and I've chosen a fun sewing themed fabric for my pattern weights. We just take it and we start with our ribbon. We fold our ribbon in half so that the short ends meet. We then place the ribbon about 1 inch down from the top and just clip it temporarily. The next thing we're going to do is fold our fabric in half so that the short ends meet again. And we're going to re-clip this so that our ribbon is sandwiched in between those two pieces of fabric. The next thing we're going to do is we're just going to take another clip and clip the bottom. And all we're going to do now is head over to the sewing machine, and we are going to stitch along this right side and along the bottom using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. That's it. I'm not even going to show you on video how to do that, because anybody with basic sewing skills can sew down one corner and across to the other using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So let me go and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and we have our little square of fabric. Now all we're going to do is turn it right sides out. Now you could clip the corners on this for a nice, neat corner, but this is just a pattern weight. You don't really need to, but it's completely up to you if you want to do that. So we're just going to poke out our corners here, and the next thing we're going to do is fill our project with our poly pellets, rice, or beans. and that'll just about do it. Now, you could stitch right across this way, but then your pattern weights will lay flat. I want my pattern weights to stand up a little bit, so I'm going to stitch right across this way so that my pattern weights are triangular. So we're going to fold over our seam allowance here, which again is 1/4 inch, and we are just going to clip using our Wonder Clips. And if you don't have Wonder Clips, I will put a link in the discussion section on how you can get the Wonder Clips and also the poly pellets. I will put a link there on how you can go about getting those poly pellets as well. But rice and beans works just as well. I like the poly pellets because you don't have to worry about them going rotten or bugs getting into them or anything of that nature. That could happen with rice and beans. Now that we have that, you can see that our pattern weight is basically done. But we do need to close up that opening. Now you could slip stitch it, but I prefer to use ladder stitch. Ladder stitch is also known as invisible stitch. And the reason I like it is because it makes the opening look like any of your other seams so that you can't see it, that it was sewn by hand. So the way that we're going to do ladder stitch in this instance is we are going to start by using our thread, and I've doubled our thread and knotted it at the end. I then am going to go in this direction so that I can make sure that my thread tail is inside my project. I'm going to turn it around, and then I am going to insert my needle into the fold on one side of the project. And the reason that you're placing these into the fold is that's where your stitches are going to be hidden. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to then go directly across to the other fold and make a stitch. And just put your needle through to that other fold. And as you can see from this, a little ladder starts to form. You go directly across, down the fold, another rung of your ladder is there. Go directly across and along the fold. And if you pull these tight, you will see that the stitches are invisible. So I'm going to finish this up and we are going to come back and I will show you what it looks like. Okay, we have now finished our pattern weight, and as you can see, you cannot even see these stitches from the ladder stitch that we did. And now we have 5 of them. And we are ready to go on stitching up our next pattern using our pattern weights. So I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and make some of these terrific little pattern weights. Expand your sewing skills by using them on your next sewing pattern. And thank you all, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.